I think he's one of the last. He gets a little bit upset sometimes if in too long. Let's join Peter O'Sullivan.
6-5, the favourite, Adonijah. 5, Sackford. 13-2, Sandhurst Prince. 7, Montekin. 10, Bar, and they're all installed for the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes. Under starters' orders and away, and Horridge is the first to break. Horridge goes on from Lobkowitz. Lobkowitz going up to join him, in fact, to take it off him, and Lobkowitz going on now from Horridge and Sandhurst Prince and Welsh Idol. Commodore Blake is the back marker at the moment, and Lobkowitz making it from Horridge and Welsh Idol. Sandhurst Prince right up with them. Adonijah comes next. A little gap then to Sackford. Behind Sackford is Montekin, and then Hayes and Commodore Blake, and they're past the 6 mark and racing towards the 5. Lobkowitz in the lead from Horridge with Welsh Idol on the inside. Sandhurst Prince then and Adonijah. Behind them, Sackford, Commodore Blake, Hayes and Montekin. Racing past the half-mile pole, Horridge and Lobkowitz matching strides now from Welsh Idol on the inside, Adonijah and Sandhurst Prince, and Sackford and Montekin and Commodore Blake and Hayes, the back marker as they swing into the straight. It's Horridge and Steve Cawthon being pressed now by Sandhurst Prince and Adonijah. Just in behind them come Lobkowitz, then Sackford making a run, and Hayes the back marker as they race towards the 2 furlong pole. It's Horridge being pressed now by Adonijah. Sandhurst Prince comes next, then Sackford poised in behind Adonijah, making a good run towards the outside are both Montekin and Commodore Blake, but Adonijah has hit the front now from Sackford. It's Lester Piggott and Greville Starkey now. Adonijah on the far side, Sackford on the near side. Sackford getting the advantage now as they race into the closing stages, and Greville's picked the right one here. Sackford striding away from Adonijah as they race up towards the line to win it very easily indeed. Sackford is the winner, Adonijah is second, and Montekin is third, and Horridge 4 and 5, Sandhurst Prince. Then came Commodore Blake and Welsh Idol and Hayes, and last was Lobkowitz, the early leader. And so the result of the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes, first, number 11, Sackford, owned by Mr. Anthony Bodie and Mr. Tony Ward, trained by Guy Harwood and ridden by Greville Starkey. Second was number 8, Adonijah, owned by Mr. Khaled Abdallah, trained by Henry Cecil and ridden by Lester Piggott. And third was number 2, Montekin, owned by Mr. Peter S. Winfield, trained by John Dunlop and ridden by Brown Rouse. Fourth was number 7, Horridge. So a third triumph in the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes for Guy Harwood. Sackford, the comfortable winner in the end. A third victory in the race for Greville Starkey, who picked so brilliantly between this one, Sandhurst, Prince and Hayes. Here's how he won it, reviewed with Julian Wilson.
Well, they went a terrific pace here, and Greville was always really on the heels of the leaders, just waiting for the moment to pounce. As they came into the straight, Horridge had taken it up after they'd gone half a mile from Lobkowitz. These two always blazing a trail. Just behind them here, Sandhurst Prince. Lester's got there very early on Adonijah, wanting to make best use of his stamina, and he's cruised up on the outside, looking very dangerous to beat indeed. On the outside, just for a moment, Commodore Blake flattered, and just inside of him is Montekin. And Greville Starkey hasn't started his move yet on Sackford in the yellow colours. But Greville looking for space there, waiting to make his move, and as here he comes on the outside as Sackford comes with this brilliant burst of foot to cut down Adonijah. Adonijah, who looked to have the race won, but Sackford coming with a really terrific turn of foot. Just for a moment, seemed to stumble there about 200 yards out, but gallops on, puts distance between himself and Lester Piggott, and in the end runs out a most impressive winner. A brilliant training performance, because he's been off the course for a very, very long time indeed, but he came here with the advantage of being a fresh horse. Adonijah's lost nothing in defeat, and there's a long margin back to the third horse, which was Montekin.
Sackford, the 11-2 winner.